Okay, so we're back to the start point as we were on the other video to start collecting. I'm going to click the right arrow just to show you the different options. We don't want to delete files, or show status, or test sensors, what we did last time. Time of shutdown, view lane totals, configure system. We really don't need to do any of this work. We just want to go to start collecting. We've verified our loops, we've checked them out, and now we're ready to put it back into operational mode. So under start collecting, I'll press enter. And now it's going to say you can label the site. We don't need to change any of this, so I can just press enter as I click through these screens. Sloan Construction through. Another code, that's fine. Current time is 3:55. You can change that if you'd like. There's the current date, day of the week, Tuesday. Now lanes, this is important because it depends on how many lanes. Right now I only did one lane, which is those two loops, because I was testing it. When you go back to the site, we're using lanes 1 and 3. So to turn lane 3 back on, I'll simply go to 3 and press 3. When I do that, it turns that lane on. The problem is if I do that and I continue all the way through, I'm going to get an issue like this. I'll go ahead and show you that. So yeah, we selected that lane. Okay, entrance. It's got directional mode. Here's the other interesting thing. If you saw a minute ago, it said lane 1 was that. What is lane 9? Well, lane 9 is triggered when those two loops are run opposite each other. So if I go the wrong way, I get an output on lane 9, and I'll demonstrate that for you in a minute using my caulking or my epoxy gun as my vehicle. So I keep hitting enter to go through, and look, it shows that I'm using loops for lane 1 instead of axles. Don't need to change anything, so just press enter. There's their spacing. So this is the distance these two loops are from each other, and it will change how fast something will trigger. So it's currently set to 25 miles an hour, but if they want it to be faster or slower, I can change that amount of distance, and when someone goes through there faster or slower, it will think that their speed is different. And that's a good, easy way to change the speed at which it detects, so that way we get the alarm at a different time. Right now it's set to 14 feet because that's how we set it when we were first there. Loop length, 4 foot. That means what's the size of the square on the loop. We'll leave that 4 foot as well. Okay, and here's lane 3. Remember, that was the exit lane. So I go through, I say yes, directional mode. See if someone drives through the wrong way. Lane 11, remember 9, another odd number is 11, is our wrong way output. Don't need to change any of that. And look, lane 3 is using loop and loop as my sensors as well. Then there's the same spacing for the wrong way over speed. Loop length is still 4 feet. Collect axle bins? No, we don't need any of this classification information. So I just press enter to get through these menus. Just keep pressing enter. And finally, nope, same different intervals, nothing to worry about there. After a while, it goes to tuning loops. Now it's setting up those loops, and look, I've got an issue. Check 56? No, check 5 and 6. It's looking for loop 5 and 6. Currently, I only have loop 1 and 2 connected, so it's saying that, hey, I'm looking for lane 3, and I'm not seeing loop 5 and loop 6 set up right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those for the demonstration right now. So I'm gonna hit clear. Clear backs me out. See that? When I hit clear, now I can come here and say, let's select the lane. Let's say no on 3. Let's just do lane 1 only. I'll press enter. See, it asks me the same questions. I can just keep pressing enter throughout. But look, when I get through this, it's not going to go. See that? It didn't say anything about lane 3 because I removed lane 3 from it. So I'm going to go ahead and click through and then watch. Here we go. We're now tuning the loops. Now it's waiting for any vehicle. So we know that our 2 loops here for lane 1 have set up right. Let's go ahead and grab our epoxy gun. Let's go ahead and drive over our loops. Ready? Oh, look at that. So we have on lane 1, shows us lane 1, and it says this is when it happened. We're going 12 miles an hour. Oh, that's a good one. Sensor miss means that it's seeing this thing at sensor 1. It never went to sensor 2 because I left the car too close, if you will. So I'll remove that, and let's drive it again. One more time. Okay, we drove through. We're not seeing it now. Let's see. There we go. Oh, in fact, look, that was interesting. It saw one and not the other. So when it says lane 9, let's see here, get that to go. Wait for it. My loop may have come disconnected. See, that means I'm only getting one of those loops and not the other. See, so it keeps seeing the first loop, but not the second. See, did I lose my second loop here? So if you think you lost your second loop or something, I can simply hit clear, back out of this, verify that my loops are connected, as I'm doing right now, since I'm sure I moved something and it touched. Okay, so I did that. Let's give it a shot again. Let's go ahead and move my car out of the way, if you will. Let's enter through and get that lane going again. So I'm just press enter. Look, we're tuning loops. We're ready to go. Waiting for any vehicle. So everything's good. Let's go ahead and drive our car through again here. There we go. See that? Went 12 miles an hour. The faster I move it, the faster it goes. Right? See, 97 miles an hour. Now, notice how that keeps saying lane 1. Now, watch what happens when I go the opposite direction on my loops. See that? 9. That means I'm going the wrong way. That would then give me a wrong way output on there. So that's what you're looking to do. See, sensor missed 1 because it saw 1, not the other. If I go to 2, watch. See if I can get it to say sensor number 2 miss. Oh, it's saying that because I'm doing the one loop and not the other. See, watch, it'll say lane 1 here. See that? And if I do the second loop, just the second loop, then it says it'll say 9. That means you've got a loop problem. But when I hit them both again, when I drive through, I get a speed again. That's how that works. So when we're ready, now it's like, okay, let's go ahead and check and make sure we turn that other lane on. I'll hit clear, and clear. And see, clear backs me up. See how I'm going backwards now in the menu? Now I can simply back up to where I see my lanes again. Let's hit number 3 so we can turn lane 3 on. Now I hit enter. And I just have to click enter multiple times. And when I do, I'll finally get to where it tunes the loops, and we'll find out that we are missing some. See? It'll say unconnected loop, check 5 and 6. When I click clear one time, it backs me up and says, are you sure all your lanes are there? Well, now I want to see what's going on. So you know what? I'm going to hit clear. I'm going to back all the way up again. Look at this. Just backs all the way up. I'm going to start collecting the basic part of the menu. I'm going to go here. Let's go ahead and show me test sensors. Hit enter. Tunes those loops. Okay, and now I see I have 1 and 2. They show connected. Am I seeing them okay? 1 and 2. Okay. So what happens now if I disconnect one? Let's see. I'm going to unplug one a little bit. Uh-oh. Now I'm stuck. Two's not seeing anything here. See that? Oh, I've caused myself some problems now. So if I hit clear, I can clear, test sensors. Let's hit enter again. Let's try to have it tune again. Let's see. Oh, look at that. I only have 1 loop that's good now. Should be loop 2. Oh, look, so it's working now. That basically is like how you reset the sensor. But 1 has got problems. Look, see now 2. See, 1 has got problems right here. That's how you would know what loop was causing your problems. But you could literally drive your car out there and leave it there over that loop and come back and see, oh, am I good now? Okay, you know, and then move the car to the next one. Am I good? Oh, wait, I'm not even showing that loop's working. So that's how this box works. When I want to get back out, I just hit clear, and I just back out, and I can go back to start collecting again. But if I were to go to start collecting right now, and I go through this, and it's trying to get, see, I'm just clicking enter, it's trying to get 4 loops, 2 on this lane, 2 on this lane, and I keep clicking enter. It takes a little while. Let me just click all the way through. Look what happens. We're going to start collecting now. Okay, we're going to tune the loops. What's going on here? Now, look, now I need 150. So now I'm missing loop 1, 5, and 6. So if I were you, I'd back out. Let's Let's back all the way out again, all the way to the main menu. Let's click over, see that, using the right arrow or left arrow. And I'm gonna go to test sensors. Let's see what's the deal. Let's see, oh, wouldn't you know, I only have one loop that's good right now. 1, 5, and 6 over here, when you hook them up, aren't showing being used. So you need to troubleshoot that with the Megger and figure out what's going on. And that's it. When you're done, go ahead and hit clear. And you can go back to start collecting. And that's how you'd start collecting, and click all the way enter through. Now you really don't want to turn the system off unless you're back at this menu. So if I'm at the point where it's tuning loops or trying to collect data, I want to hit clear to get back to here before I turn it off. Now when I turn it off, I'm not worried about losing any data in there. That's kind of it there.